The latest now on the debate over health care reform. President Obama has made changing the system his number one priority, a goal he has fought for and now appears willing to compromise for as well. We get the latest from our chief White House correspondent, Chuck Todd, traveling with the president in Scottsdale, Arizona. Chuck, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. Well, the president's working vacation was much more about play today, as the first family added the Grand Canyon to the list of Western natural wonders that they've seen this week. But as every president knows, work always is hovering, and in this case, it's the work of health care.
What do you think? Pretty nice, huh?
The first family took in the Grand Canyon Sunday from a number of angles. It's the second major national park visit by the president this weekend, an attempt to highlight the fee-free weekend for all visitors to U.S. national parks. But while today was mostly about play, the president did focus on work, too, using a New York Times op-ed to sum up the arguments he's made at 3 town halls this week. He writes, "There are 4 main ways the reform we're proposing will provide more stability and security to every American.
If you don't have health insurance, you will finally have quality, affordable options once we pass reform. And we will do all of this without adding to our deficit over the next decade, largely by cutting waste and ending sweetheart deals for insurance companies. We are talking about making Medicare more efficient, eliminating the insurance subsidies. Health insurance reform will mean a set of common sense consumer protections for folks with health insurance."
What's missing from the president's message? Any mention of a government-run public insurance option. The president hinted last night that this facet of his plan wasn't make or break for him.
The public option, whether we have it or we don't have it, is not the entirety of health care reform. This is just one sliver of it.
The alternative to the public option favored by some in the Senate is a co-op. It would be government-influenced but not government-run, a plan authored by North Dakota Democrat Kent Conrad.
The fact of the matter is there are not the votes in the United States Senate for the public option. There never have been. So to continue to chase that rabbit, I think, is just a wasted effort.
And, of course, there continues to be debate about the debate. Newly minted Pennsylvania Democrat Arlen Specter, who had his own rowdy town halls this week, isn't impressed with the protesters.
I think we have to bear in mind that although those people need to be heard and have a right to be heard, that they're not really representative of America.
Not surprisingly, Utah Republican Orrin Hatch disagrees.
I disagree with Arlen that they're not representative of the American people. I think they are. I've found people just up in arms everywhere I've gone on health care.
Now, Lester, a quick update on the president's schedule. He's spending his last evening here in Arizona doing what a lot of people do when they come here, golfing. Tomorrow, it's a speech to the Convention of the Veterans of Foreign Wars.
And, Chuck, I'm curious what may be behind this decision to forego, if necessary, the public option. Is it a sense of victory at any cost is important here?
Well, on one hand, yes, but the White House has been hinting at this for weeks, if not months. When Ken Conrad, as we heard in this piece, talked about the public option, well, when he came out with that co-op idea, I could tell you insiders at the White House said, boy, this is going to gain a lot of traction. And those conservative Democrats, this is not about getting a bipartisan bill out of the Senate, Lester. This is about getting folks like Ben Nelson in Nebraska, Joe Lieberman in Connecticut, Blanche Lincoln, Mark Pryor of Arkansas, getting them on board. And a full-fledged public option was making them hesitant. Co-op will be the compromise that probably gets them done. And that's why the White House is allowing themselves wiggle room.
All right, Chuck Todd in Arizona tonight. Thank you.